What's poppin', everyone? Adma here. So, continuing on talking about the Infinix Note 12 series, let me talk about the Infinix Note 12i. Now, the Infinix Note 12i it's the budget version of the Infinix Note 12 VIP. It comes with a 50 megapixel main camera and a 2 megapixel depth camera with a QVGA camera. It has an 8 megapixel selfie camera. It comes with 128 gigs of internal storage and about 4 gigabytes of RAM. It sports a 720p display. It's IPS LCD. It does have high refresh rate at 90 Hz. And it has a 5000 milliamp hour battery with support for 33 watts fast charging. That is very good for a package that is relatively very cheap. Now, you may have noticed I didn't talk about the chipset. The chipset in this phone is the MediaTek Helio G85. It's also the reason why I'm not calling this the better phone to get out of the entire lineup. Like, I believe that the Note 12 Pro 4G is the best phone out of all of these phones to get. The MediaTek Helio G85, though it is a very capable chipset and it will play most of your games at probably low to medium settings, and you may probably be able to get through your UI within the first year or two without having too much of lags and stutters, it's still not good enough. I mean, for starters, the chip is just a 12 nanometer process, which is very, very old. I don't like that. It's annoying to see. Now, I'm not saying that a 12 nanometer process is bad. What I'm saying, in 2022, moving into 2023, I don't think that it's a viable thing to have anymore. Like, I don't believe any phone should have a 12 nanometer process chip anymore. We should start moving to more power efficient chips that will be able to deliver better performance for us, which is why I believe that the Note 12 Pro 4G is the better choice for you. That, with its MediaTek Helio G99, is a 6 nanometer process, which is a lot better. And also, you also get a lot more storage on that. You get a 256 gig internal storage configuration that is expandable, and it also comes with more RAM at 8 gigabytes. It has a 1080p display, which is much better than the 720p display. I don't know why 720p displays still exist in 2022. 720p displays should not exist at all in any way, shape or form, except it's a very, very budget phone. But even then, I don't think that we should be having 720p displays anymore. It's just a personal nitpick in my opinion. If you don't mind the 720p display, or you don't see a difference, because many people will not be able to see the difference, then please, by all means, go for it. But if you're someone who wants to use their phone for an extended period of time, 2 years, 3 years, and for the extremists that can use their phones up to 6 years, you want to get the absolute best. You don't want to go for something that is mediocre and then have to come and start looking for how to get around stutters and lags and all of those little hitches that you will have as the phone progressively gets older and slower. So if you want to buy into the Infinix Note 12 lineup, I highly, very highly recommend that you go for the Infinix Note 12 Pro 4G. Now, another difference comes in the cameras. The Infinix Note 12i has a 50 megapixel main camera as opposed to the 108 megapixel camera that we have on the Note 12 Pro. I've said it many times on this channel that having more megapixels does not mean better processing, but then this is the Pro variant. The Pro variant, in theory, is always supposed to be better than the base variant. So yeah, you want better cameras? Please go for that. Now, both phones are able to record at up to 1440p 30 fps, so it's not really that much of a big deal. But then if you want a difference in the camera video capabilities, it will probably come in the 16 megapixel camera of the 12 Pro, which has up to 1440p at 30 fps, as opposed to the 1080p 30 fps of the 8 megapixel camera of the Note 12i. But overall, you notice that in this video, the differences are not that much. Like, battery size is pretty much the same, and they also have fast charging. They also have USB Type-C. They have the same kinds of sensors. It just boils down to the hardcore specs: the camera, the chipsets, the storage options, the display quality, which is AMOLED on the Note 12 Pro 4G as opposed to the Note 12i. I mean, these things are just there. They're not much of gripes that I can really use to say don't go for the 12i. I'm not saying don't go for the 12i. Like, I'm saying if you want to buy into the 12 series, I highly recommend that you go for the 12 Pro. It's the more capable phone for going for longer periods of time. It's a phone that I believe will age very, very well over time. Those are just my thoughts though. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.